so long it's like alchemy.
All right, here we go. Los Angeles on the back end of a back-to-back in Washington. They lost in Boston last night, but remember, they came back from a double-digit lead against Washington in LA about a week ago. Wall wasn't having it. If you recall, Stephen A. Smith kind of went off on Wall, like, you want to try to punk somebody, you better come out and play. He came out and played tonight, y'all. Now, can he get this off the rim? No, Lonzo had 8 rebounds. We've all seen the long outlets. That's cool, Lonzo. What else you gonna do for us with your emo body language? You need to get up some shots. Wall had no problem doing that. The pick and roll game immaculate, and then his left hand goes viral. Brook Lopez got his soul snatched by John Wall, Beal, Otto Porter, the whole starting 5 for this Washington team in this game. I know I'm salty on Lopez. The fadeaway from Otto Porter, Tim Frazier gave them nice minutes. Beal, that's automatic in the corner. The Lakers really struggling to defend the 3 ball. More Wall, step back, and he tends to shoot better when he gets a little deeper. That longer mid-range jumper is not for Wall. Then Ingram transition. Wall says you'll get none of that and like it. 3 blocks on the night for Wall, all of them in spectacular fashion, and you could tell he was dialed in this must-win game for the Washington Wizards. More transition, more struggle for this Lakers team. Wall, and he takes such hard falls, man. I don't know how long his prime's gonna be. Look at the speed again, beating them to the rim. Kuzma starting to get exposed in the starting lineup. Teams game planning for him. Once again, you see the second unit trying to bring them back. They wouldn't have enough, but Walton probably should have went to Randall and Clarkson a little earlier than this one, and then he pulls up 1 of 7. That one was an air ball. The kid's shooting under 50% from the line. Wall 23, 8, and 5, doing it all, and you can't spell Lonzo without the L. Nah, man, I kid, Laker fans, I kid, man. But, you know, everybody is really, the scrutiny is really starting to get to Lonzo. The shot, I thought he would shoot a little better at this point. Now it's definitely in his head. What's really most alarming to me is shooting below 40%, or is it below? No, below 50% from the free throw line. That's just unacceptable for an NBA player, man. A guard like Shaq, that's like DeAndre Jordan. Shaq shoot better than that, right? Like, come on, man. That's really crazy and troubling. I want to say something positive about him. Defensively, he's been all right. Like his length, and he moves his feet well. You know, I saw him cut off Wall's penetration dribble a couple times. You know, but there's not a whole lot of positives to draw out of what Lonzo's going through right now. I guess he's being aggressive. He drove early in the game. He took some shots, really, and that's a positive sign, I guess, because earlier in the season it would take him like till the second half to get up a shot. But, you know, what other positives? I like Ingram's aggressiveness going to the rim. How long are Brandon Ingram's legs, man? He looked like a daddy long legs out there. His legs is crazy, but I like how low he gets. With his hips, when he dribbles, he gets very low like a guard. And he's getting to the rim, but his strides and his first step is awesome, but like the triple threat's not quite there yet, right? It's not quite, it's coming along, right? I mentioned Kuzma is starting to, I'm not saying expose, but what's happening now, he's in the starting lineup because obviously Nance Jr. with the fractured hand. And I think teams are starting to game plan on him. It's like when a quarterback comes into the NFL and he's doing very well and no one really knows about him. There's not a lot of tape on him. And I think there's a scouting report on Kyle Kuzma now. He's got great footwork, right? He's got a feathery jumper, but he's not that physical. And I think they're starting to take away his tendencies. And so that's why you're seeing Kuzma struggle a little bit. And I know, man, I haven't done a Laker video in a week or two. And I know Lopez has had some great games, some big performances. So, and I want to, I want to credit him for that. He has played well and he surprised me. But in this one, it was just like, if you look at that Wall dunk and then a couple of other drives, it's just, there's just something like the eye test shows me, like the effort, I don't know, man. Particularly protecting the rim. I know he gets blocks. He's 7'1", but I'm just saying guys hammer on him and finish on him just like on way too regular of a basis. Like where if you look at like Bogut, he's not allowing that. He's going to put you on your butt. And I think the Lakers could use a little more of that mentality, but offensively, he's been nice. He's been very nice for them. KCP, I like KCP. They alluded in the telecast like he needs to shoot the ball more, but I love his energy. And I mean, at what point do you pull Lonzo out of the starting lineup, Luke? Shout out to Luke for getting that T, though. He was wrong. That play, there was a play in at the end, the quarter or half, where Julius Randle tripped trying to roll off a screen. And Luke Walton, man, I don't know. He was like dogging the ref. He like put his chest on the ref's shoulder and was like, "What are you doing?" No. And they showed the replay. Excuse me. And it wasn't a foul. He tripped. But, you know, Luke may be showing some signs of frustration. But at what point do you dial back Lonzo's minutes? Do you let him just play through this? They have so much invested in him, this organization. But Clarkson, who's playing so well, a Clarkson KCP backcourt is going to give you maximum effort, speed, intensity. That'd just be fun to watch. I don't know, man. But then does that set Lonzo back deeper in his emo hole? I don't know, man. Washington needed this win, right? They've been struggling. Tim Frazier gave them huge minutes. I think that's something they've been waiting for. That was a big acquisition, a low-key acquisition, but a big one for them as far as a backup point guard. He gave them great minutes. Morris came back. He tweaked the knee early on. That was scary, but he came back in and he was hitting some jumpers. You could tell he's not quite in game shape yet, but that's really going to help their scoring as a third scorer, right? Well, I guess Otto Porter's the third scorer, but they needed – I saw a stat where they had like 65 points from those 4 guys in the game or something. I don't know, but they need him as a scorer, and I think they'll get it together. The only thing I worry about Washington is if you watch Wall with those blocks and those dunks, man, it doesn't lend itself to longevity the way Wall plays, man, the way he hits the floor. He's already got the kinesthetic tape all up on the shoulder, and he's just – because he's not a light dude either. He's got to go 210, I'm guessing, maybe 210, 215. The way he elevates, the speed, the impact he hits the floor, I just don't know if he'll ever be healthy enough come playoff time. But he's a hell of a show to watch. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.